beautiful passing play right there, Sean.
What a save! Woo! Talk about a move.
Welcome to GCH Podcast. I'm your host, Ben W. Stock, and with me today is Mike Farinelli and Joe Tilney. We are here talking about the Michigan High School State Roller Hockey League Finals. That's going to be happening on Thursday at 5 p.m. at the Fraser Roller Hockey Rink in Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan. So, Joe, Mike, tell us a little bit about what we're going to see on Thursday.
Joe, take it away.
Yeah, so Thursday we have High School Eisenhower, and they will be playing against Utica Ford Unified team. Both of those schools are it's pretty much Utica Ford combined with a lot of ice kids that play out of the high school there. So, which is kind of our goal, is to bring those ice kids over and get them into the roller, especially in the spring and the summer, and just kind of have them transition into, everyone knows roller's big in the summer and the spring. So, and then Eisenhower is the same thing. We have a lot of the ice kids, and then we have a couple mixtures of kids that trickled in there as well. So, should be good stuff. Yeah.
So Utica Ford, right? Utica Ford.
Yep.
They had 12 games this season. They went 10-1-1 or 10-0-1-1 or something like that. And both games that they lost to were to Eisenhower.
Yes.
One was in a regulation. I think it was 9-6, and the other one was in an overtime loss, right?
Yeah, one was overtime. Yep, that is correct.
Yeah. Eisenhower and Utica Ford, how many other teams are involved in this league? And what are we doing to try to expand the league numbers?
Yeah, so we have two other teams. We have South Unified and North Unified. So we had a couple other high schools. We're getting flyers out to the other high schools to try to draw those ice kids into the roller scene. So the two teams, North and South, is kind of a mixture. So we got schools like Fraser, we have Marysville, Elmont, just in the Macomb area. What I did was I tried to combine kids and make the teams competitive the best I could. So obviously Utica Ford is pretty strong team because it's all their ice kids. So that's where I'm going to come into, where I'm going to get in a pinch. That's why I need to really draw these high schools to come out and start. And I think we picked a good date. I think we started this in April.
Mm-hmm.
And when ice was winding down for the high school, because my kid actually plays for Utica Ford, and and his ice was winding down, and we were able to get and pick days that works best for these kids. So, so I'm hoping that we can piggyback off that. I think we had a couple other schools that were interested, but then they dropped off, so they ended up backing out last minute. So hopefully we can get them on board after they see what we did with it this year. And hopefully we can build and continue to build. I know it was big before at Dumar, so I'm hoping to get that same atmosphere here.
Absolutely. So now this league's a 4-team division or a 4-team league. And one of the goalies for I think is it South Unified, that is a female? So she's got no problem strapping.
That is for North.
Strapping on, yeah. Oh, it's for North. Okay, yeah.
North Unified, yep. That's actually, she straps it on and she does it, man. It was good stuff, so.
Yeah, no, I love hearing about how women are, and girls, they're trying to just get in this game as well. I think it's great that we're including them as well. I love seeing that type of stuff. And she got herself a couple of wins, or at least a win, but she's actually doing pretty good with her stats though too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, she did quite well actually. So
yeah, so kudos to you, Rachel.
Yeah, right. And I added some kids over there to make them a little stronger. We had some kids that came on late, and I added them no problem. And I did make that team stronger. And then you've seen them get a couple wins towards the end there. So They beat me because I actually coached the South team. So
Right. Okay. All right. So you've got like I said, you got the 4 teams. Where we got the Flyers feeling out, and so this game is for the state title, right? Now, is this a varsity sanctioned sport, or is this more of a club aspect of it right now because it's still in the early stages?
So I'm going to take over on that one. So it's definitely a club aspect of it. It is not a MHSAA regulated or recognized sanctioned league. Quite frankly, anything with inline hockey hasn't really been sanctioned, even when you reference back to the Dumars days. That wasn't sanctioned there. And it's some schools recognized a varsity letter or varsity 4, but most didn't. So the answer is no to that. But I think I think Joe said it really well here. We hit a really good, I would say, timing window where high school ice is finally ending, and high school ice continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. So when it ends, it's really nice, especially if you're a senior, that normally that's the end of your career and maybe you're an ice guy, but now you have an opportunity to play summer roller with your school, and you can continue to play all the way through the summer for a reduced rate. And I think Joe hit it right on the head with the scheduling. The scheduling is perfect. You're not doing 3 practices in the morning before high school. You're not on the ice 7 to 10 hours a week. This is something where once or twice a week, from 5 p.m. till 6 p.m., once a week, maybe twice a week, you have just your high school league game happening. And it's actually turned out to be pretty successful. As much as there's 4 teams, it's our first ever season or year running this, we do have interest for at least another 4 next year. So it's definitely heading in the right direction, and we're excited for the state final on Thursday. So with the state title game on Thursday at 5 o'clock at Frazier, tell us which players you guys are going to be watching out for. Is there like a live stream that we can catch this? Because I know I would be interested in watching it. And I know some of the other, I was talking to Billy Zalba. He used to play with the Muskegon Lumberjacks last night at his daughter's softball game. He didn't even know that they had high school roller hockey. So I was like, yeah, man, it's pretty big over in Detroit. So one of the things that we are discussing, ironically, for the last 2 weeks, we've been going back and forth, is we would like to get a live stream besides Live Barn. FRHL, Fraser Roller Hockey League here, we are a Live Barn supporter. So if you want to tune in and take a look at it, but we want to make this a bigger experience for the kids. So I can tell you right now, is there going to be a live stream such as Grove City Hockey or something? No. We will be covering the footage, lots of photos, lots of video highlights that are going to be on our Facebook and our website at www.frhlhockey.com. So there won't be a live stream of the game, but going forward, it will be a plan. We want to make this a really big deal. We're talking about the lights go off, the spotlight comes on, there's puck pyramids on each bench, there's highlight packages, there's photos, there's PA announcers during the game, there's music during everything, which we do a lot of those things right now, even for our regular leagues and House and Open. But we understand that high school hockey, it's a pretty special thing. And you don't, especially since we haven't had it for so long, we really want to revive this and make this something that high school kids and parents can look forward to. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, I know I would be down to come over and call a few games with that if I can. I don't know how my time is going to be available for next year, but with the baby coming, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Bring them with you, man. I mean, my kids grew up on the rink.
I know. Oh, I know. My son Luke, he just loves hockey and loves playing soccer. It was crazy. Like, we took him to a park the other day, and he's like, just dribbling the soccer ball like he's freaking Messi. It's crazy, at such a young age. So, but yeah. So now, so back to this. So who are some of the players that we should be checking out? Expecting to hear a lot from on Thursday.
Yeah. So Eisenhower, they got a few. Wyatt Saunders is a good defenseman. Likes to step up into play a lot. Xander Knopfs has a wicked shot, man. He probably. I have an adult goalie, an older goalie that plays on the Utica 4 team. That's their goalie, and he says that kid has a wicked shot. So watch him to put a few pucks in the net for sure. Utica 4, they're spread out pretty good. I had the privilege, my son plays for that team, so I had the privilege of watching them in ice hockey for the season. They're spread out for sure. My son plays defense and roller. He's one to watch out for. Landon, and then you have Austin Verdict, the Verdict brothers. There's 2 of them. They got a big bench. They have like 10. I believe they got 10 players, if I'm not mistaken, on that bench. Yeah. So yeah, the Verdicts for sure. Landon, Alfonsi is pretty solid player. He's a senior. Mike made a good point with seniors. He actually got hurt during the ice season, and he and he missed most of the season. And I think he came back and he wasn't able to get in. So it was a perfect opportunity for him to skate for his team and actually play for a trophy, pretty impressive trophy. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because, like you said, it's senior year, not many opportunities, but this is one where you can still get a chance to get out there, skate with the boys and see how it all, unfolds. It may not have been, how it went down with ice, but at least here with roller, you got a chance for a championship.
Yeah, he's actually real stoked. So he's happy. So it'll be good stuff for him.
Cool. All right. So prediction time. Who do we got? Utica Ford or Eisenhower? Because both these teams, they played 4 times this year, and it was 2-2, split 2-2.
Yeah, it was split 2-2. It's a tough one for me, man. So just because I had the luxury of watching Utica Ford on the ice, I know what they can do. Eisenhower, when they have everyone there, I know, especially the team I coach, we struggle with getting a full squad there every week with that team. But these 2 teams have been pretty consistent at getting everyone there. So I don't know. I'm gonna go against my kid this time. I think Eisenhower might upset them.
Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to pull the typical director card. I think it's going to be an amazing game both ways, and it really could go either way. You have a lot of star players on both teams, and both teams are complete teams that have played with each other for at least 2 or 3 years on the short term, where a lot of these guys have been playing for a long time. It really could go either way. I think a lot of it has to do with who's going to show up, which way the puck is going to bounce. I don't believe it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to go down to overtime. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Cool. That would be pretty interesting. So my take, looking at the stats, and I actually looked at the playoff numbers, that the Eisenhower goalie has just a 2-goal differential by the looks of it. And so, I mean, it's going to be tough to squeak by him.
That's my other son that plays goalie for them. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because it's what is it? It's Caden Tilney. Yeah, Caden. So he's. I have a feeling he's gonna right the ship and take him all the way. But it'll be close. It'll definitely be close.
It's gonna be close. I'm with Mike on that. I believe OT is the kicker. So
cool. Now, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been in. I started at Dumars years and years ago, probably back in 2000. I want to say I started there in 2008.
Okay.
Caden was about 3 or 4 years old. He was born in 04. So, and I jumped ship, went over to the new rink with Dave Zerum. I was over there for a little bit with Detroit Mission Stars and helped him start off with those teams. I coached a few of his teams. I ran his Learn to Play program there on Wednesdays and stuff. I was with him for about 6 years. And then I came back. He went to Canfield, kind of a hike, and then he kind of started fading out with the Mission Star. So I came back to Dumars, and I joined the Border Cats with Matt Kleski, and I've been with him since before his passing. So I coached quite a few teams, and then obviously pandemic hit, and I was still very much involved. My kids have been involved in roller their whole life, so since they were 4 and 3. So so I came here with them, and I coached quite a few teams when Nick was running, and then who's the other one that ran, Mike?
That was Mr. Kruk in the very beginning.
Yeah, Josh Kruk first, and then Nick Smolinski came on. I was still very much involved. And then Mike gave me the opportunity to step up, and I was like, hey, I've been involved with this. I've been coaching, travel, NARCH, tours, state wars. I mean, you name it, we've been there. So I thought it was a good opportunity for me to step up and just continue to grow the sport that I love playing and that my kids love playing. And so I hope I can make a difference. So,
well, I appreciate you giving us a little insight on Joe Tilney. So, but with that, we're gonna call this episode out.